Welcome to All Change, the programme that puts design at the heart of the learning experience. Today we're at Darlaston Community Science College, where we're going to be transforming an unloved storage area into a fantastic ICT room. Embedding ICT in the curriculum is a priority for every school. Here at Darlaston Community Science College, they've already begun to upgrade their ICT facilities, but they still need space where gifted and talented pupils can carry out individualised learning. We'll be working with the school community over the course of a weekend to transform a storage area into a fantastic ICT room.
Darlaston Community Science College was built in 1962 and was once the local grammar school. Since 2003, it's been a specialist science college with 1,100 pupils. Until now, this room has been largely used for storage, but the school wants it to be used as a facility for advanced IT work and for individualised learning. And also in today's All Change, we visit Hampton Gurney School in London, where selling the playground helped finance a brand new multi-storey school with outdoor play decks. We look at plans for a new primary school providing community facilities to be used both during the school day and after hours. And ideas for role play. We showcase some products that might be suitable for your school. The storeroom at Darlaston is equipped with a large heavy bench for networked PCs. We decided to leave this in situ, but we're going to create additional space for organised storage and some new computer workstations in the area currently buried away by clutter. Sholanda de Cruz Architects in Birmingham were set the challenge of improving the ICT room. Our project manager, John Craig, discussed ideas for providing new storage with one of the practice's designers, Diane Pinterich.
We'll have in every single one a polycarbonate box, and then the kids could paint on the box a image,
okay,
or part of the image.
So in other words, they're all contributing to make one big picture.
Yeah.
Marco de Cruz and his partner Maria Sholanda fleshed out the concepts behind their design for Darlaston.
We've got an ordering element, which is like a circuit running through a circuit board, connecting all these disparate elements, because obviously we've got to provide storage. We've already got this workstation here, which we're trying to make sense of. It's a big element in that space.
So this is a window and this is a blind, then?
That is a window, but these aren't blinds.
That's actually a polycarbonate sheet, like the one over there.
Marco's linking element will be a pink painted stripe, connecting the green computer benching with new storage to go on this wall.
At the heart of the design this week is technology. It's a computer space. We've got this workstation at the centre of the space, which we can't change. So we needed a very strong ordering element. And taking the theme of technology, we're producing sort of a circuit board aesthetic, which is running round. We're providing storage again, which is obviously important in any space you've got in a school, and workspace, work desking. So this element runs round the space. It's very strong. It's going to be in a pink, which is contrasting with the green, which may sound hideous, but they're complementary colours, and it's just going to make that green a little bit sharper. And it's running along our workstation, up the wall, across the window, and also behind a screen that we're providing, which is sort of diffusing the daylight as it comes through. So hopefully we won't need a blind in the space. So you've got this layering of elements.
Clutter accumulated over a period of years had overwhelmed the space, making learning very difficult. Staff, parents and our project manager John Craig all weighed in to get rid of it all so that the redecoration could start. Boxes of equipment and even new learning resources were buried under piles of paperwork and, quite frankly, rubbish.
John, we're in an ICT room this week. What are you going to be doing here?
It's going to be an ICT room. It was a junk room before. It was an utter mess. Now, we're actually stuck with these green tabletops. So to brighten the walls, we get rid of all the green, we're going to paint them all white. And then we're going to sort of pull every unit together, if you like, with a very sort of deep pink stripe. And the idea is more like a sort of Miami 1920s sort of Art Deco sort of feel. That's the idea that Marco is trying to get across. Adding some extra storage as well, and that's sort of going over there. And to bring the students into it, they're going to create computer graphics, some artwork, which are going to go onto notice boards and actually into some storage boxes we've provided.
So you're going to actually transform this from what was a storage space and a very dark, nasty place to work into something which is really usable for the students?
Exactly, because it must have been nigh on impossible to try and study and work on a computer in a junk room, which is really what it was.
Downstairs in the woodwork room, John Craig and site manager Tony Norton got started on the carpentry.
Tony, the idea here, I'm going to make like little egg boxes. One locks into the other. It'll go through the doorways, so I'm not too sure. Almost 6 feet high. Do you think that will go up the stairs? Don't think it will. Wager on it. If you want. No, that's no way. What sort of school is this, Tony? I'm an inch out.
Students began designing artwork for the room.
What sort of design are you doing?
Well, the room's only white right now, and they said I need more colour, so I'm making it as colourful as I possibly can.
You really are? How many colours are you using there?
More or less all of them.
And tell me about the design that you're putting together.
Mate, I'm after something that'll stand out. I've put a black background and bright colours, see if I can brighten up the room.
I'm just using pictures that I've searched for, and I'm putting different ones together to make more futuristic style.
Graham, you're the deputy head here at the school. Tell me what difference you think this room's going to make to the way teaching and learning is delivered here.
Well, we're always struggling for ICT facilities. Cross-curricular work is something that we're trying to increase. And, of course, the consequence of that is we need more access to the ICT facilities, and this will help us to address that problem.
And how are you off for space in the school? Do you have a lot of rooms that you could use in this way?
No, especially rooms like this, which we want to open up for drop-in facilities for use at lunch times, for use after school. These type of rooms we haven't got. Most of the ICT facilities that we have at the moment are booked solidly for lessons.
Building new schools on restricted urban sites is a major design challenge. The obvious solution is to build upwards. At Hampton Gurney School in London, they've done just that. Children arrive on the ground floor at nursery, move up through the building as they progress, and leave when they reach the top. Hampton Gurney was originally set below street level, built on a bomb site. The new £6 million building was opened in 2002, after the school took the controversial step of selling the playground to a developer for flats. The 6 floors of the school each have a covered play deck, open to the fresh air, that children use at break times. There's a small sunken outdoor play space at the rear. Light flows through the school down to the communal hall via a central atrium. Free from visible support columns, it's sheathed in plate glass.
When we first met the governors, it was very much the idea of the teaching tower, bring the children out of the ground and animate them in their own community. It was really important for us not to waste space on corridors and space which tends to become pretty dead in a normal school. And all the classrooms spill out straight onto their outdoor play, which means that they can, use them for teaching spaces, use them for outdoor resource, or just use them for play, as you can see.
The roof is used as a technology garden for outdoor learning and incorporates a classroom pod.
Today we're going to have a closer look at soils. What are the things that we need to find in the soil in these pot plants? Nutrients, okay, things that are going to feed the soil. It's ideal, really. It's in a classroom environment, but it's not in the classroom. And the children stay interested because it's something that's a little bit different.
As well as outdoor science, there's a big emphasis on ICT at Hampton Gurney, which is a large computing facility with spectacular views. The head teacher at Hampton Gurney is very proud of the ICT provision.
children get an hour of ICT training every single week. And we are hoping that by the time they reach 11 years of age, they will be fully equipped with using the technology and be ready for, the lifelong learning in the next stage of education.
The design of the learning environment is very popular with the staff.
It's incredible. The technology is a real asset. I don't know how I'd go back to teaching without a smartboard. It would be a major factor in what job I would accept, definitely.
There is a downside to all this glass. Urban grime builds up and makes the windows dirty. At £150 an hour for a window cleaner and a harness, that's a bill of up to £8,000 per year.
We've had great difficulties getting all these different areas cleaned properly. And eventually, if it's not done, the glass windows could look dreary and unpleasant. We have to weigh out what we put into our budget. Do we weigh out cleaning the windows, or do we weigh out having another member of staff? On the other hand, it does look very, very lovely, and it is a very unique building which the children are very proud of, the children, parents and the governors.
Back at Darlaston, John and Tony have finished the storage unit, but oh dear, it won't go up the stairs.
Now I have to take it all apart and take it all the way up the stairs and up the corridors into the room and put it all back together again.
What do you think the students will think when they turn up on Monday and start to use it?
Shocked. You can imagine they haven't really been able to use it effectively because there's just been too much rubbish in there. So
because it's so bright and cheerful, I think that'll help. Well, I think it's to do with ownership, isn't it? And if they can see that it's nice and clean and tidy and bright, then they'll keep it that way and take pride in the room and therefore hopefully take pride in their work.
Jo, Emma, tell me about what the ICT room that we're working on was like before.
Everybody used to just dump everything in there. It didn't really matter if it was anything or TV lighted, just everything went in the room.
It was all very dull colours as well.
I think it'll be a better teaching space for the students and it'll provide more space for the teachers teaching.
Zach, what do you think the new room's going to be like when it's finished?
It's going to be much better. There's going to be more colour, better design. It's just going to be more useful altogether.
With buildings more than 40 years old, Darlaston College faces many challenges in how best to use its learning spaces. Assistant Head Ian Moore took us to one area where they have started to make some improvements.
Ian, this is a recently refurbished science lab here at the school. Tell me about it.
It's been refurbished for about 3 years now. We actually got some of the funding for this from becoming a science college. It was, in fact, probably one of the worst rooms in the school prior to being refurbished.
What was it like before?
It was smaller than this for a start. Towards the back of the room, there was actually a prep lab that ran across the back of the classroom, and that took up some of the space. And then the benching was appalling in here, really old-fashioned, been here since virtually the school was built.
And has it made a big difference to teaching and learning in the space?
It's made a massive difference in terms of what we can do with regards to teaching and learning in here. The students absolutely love coming in here now. They're really excited about coming into science lessons in this room. And sort of the sort of lessons that we can now teach the kids are much different to what we've got the ability to teach before.
Now, I know circulation's a real problem for you here, Ian.
Yes, it is, and this is a very good example, actually. I mean, you can see it's very enclosed. There's not much width to the corridor, and there's also the fact that we've got the slope on it as well, which makes it quite dangerous at times for students to be moving along.
The help given to John Craig by Tony Norton was priceless, as the storage units needed lots of cutting, drilling and sawing. And the students' artwork was well underway.
John, it's looking very different in here already. What have you been doing?
Well, so far, in fact, we've done better than I actually thought. All the walls now are all totally white. You can see there's little pink strips here. These are the lines that are going to pull all the design together. But this, come and have a look at this. Now, they wanted some storage, and here it is. So I hope you're feeling strong, Sharon, because we need to get it up onto that wall over there.
John, I think this is where you're going to have to excuse me.